Hello, hello, hello. Okay, today's episode is even shorter and sweeter, you guys. I didn't think it could get shorter, but it's true. It's shorter. So, again, today's episode, we are honoring the theme of dreaming. Just wrapped up our Design Your Dream Life Joy session today and really just inspired to come and share a few tidbits. Today, we're diving into something that every dreamer needs to hear. What do your dreams actually require? I share some things that I believe our dreams require, but I'm also encouraging you to feel into what your dreams require. And I'm excited to hear about how this lands with you. Enjoy. Hey there, it's Jillian, your guide to all things joy. And this is the Joy Journey Podcast. Oh my God. Hello, and welcome back to the Joy Journey Podcast. I'm your host, Jillian Sheka, in my dream home. So just kind of coming off the heels of the Design Your Dream Life workshop and feeling so inspired to share a couple of things that felt really inspiring for attendees, as well as just things that feel really important to be sharing at this time. We've been really focusing on this theme of dreaming and designing your dream life and what that actually means. And, when I was thinking about what to share this week, it was around the need to kind of talk about success and what success really means, because I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of clients who have success in quotations, like have everything that you or I might desire and are still missing the joy. And so in relation to the dreaming, I just wanted to talk about success in a new way, not the kind that we see on the highlight reels or in the Instagram posts, but the kind that actually feels good to live. Breathe that in. The kind of success that actually feels good to live. And yeah, I just feel like, what does that mean? When you wake up in the morning and there's this sense of peace in your body and your mind and your spirit, and you're excited about the things on your plate and everything that you get to do, you're maybe fulfilled with the person you're waking up beside, or the people in the home, or being with yourself, or the environment, whatever these sorts of things are. Having clarity, having a quiet, even kind of excitement about the day ahead, not because everything's perfect or there's these big giant things happening, but because you feel aligned. And often when I talk about joy, I talk about how joy is more than just, that fleeting feeling that we get when the external circumstances are good. Joy is alignment with how we most want to feel, what we most want to experience, and who we are by nature. And so today's a really short and sweet episode. I just wanted to really hit on a few points around, like, what does true success mean for you? What does sustainable success mean? And from my perspective, I would love to plant the seed that true sustainable success involves putting joy at the center of it all. And what would it look like to make how you feel along the way to your dreams and goals your number one priority, knowing that this is the win. This is actually the win. It is less about the accolades, the achievements. It's more about how you feel. When joy is at the center, we choose differently. We create from inspiration. We are co-creators of our lives. We are the deliberate designers. On our workshop, I call this the deliberate dream designers of our lives. We get to use our focus as a magic wand, really focusing on what's feeling good, what we truly desire, instead of everything we don't want or what's going wrong or feeling bad. When we can come back home to who we truly are, which is joy by nature, then it's about reeling it in, almost like coming back home to ourselves, making room for ourselves, our dreams, our desires, room to remember, instead of chasing and stretching and forcing and pushing. It's really like coming back home, is how I can best describe it. We are dreamers by nature. This is part of our sacred role. And I feel like really yelling this from the rooftops right now, because I see so much disconnection in the world. And as a sober person, I know deeply what that feels like. I know what it feels like to be detached from myself, detached from spirit, and numbing and trying to push away all of the discomfort. And what I'm here to say is that joy actually lives beyond all of it. And what does it look like to make how we feel not only the priority, but honor the discomfort, honor the things that are coming up to show us what's not working. The courage to see what's not working, the clarity, the awareness will allow for us to then take inspired action and experience the alignment that we're truly seeking. But it requires a little bit of guts to see and experience the contrast of like maybe what we would no longer choose. Or I also talked today about how sometimes the universe will just close a door on you, or it feels like you've been blocked from what you desire, or things have shifted and it feels like it's maybe been taken away. It's remembering that these things aren't here to hurt us or stop us. It's to support us in revisioning. And that's what I learned from my experience this past, 5 or 6 months with, having the home feeling so uncomfortable and then seeing, okay, no, it was David who said, the universe is chopping off our roots so that we can plant new ones. And I love his perspective because it's actually seeing the opportunities. Instead of feeling a victim of our lives or our circumstances, it's how do I take what's happening, glean the awareness, use it as clarity to step forward into a new path, a new future ahead. We are here to co-create. We're here to bring new experiences to life. We are all master manifestors. Sounds super wooey, but actually we're here to be creatively inspiring new things out into the world, our own experiences, our dreams, the things that we most desire, and create newness and bring it all through. And I feel like when I feel into true success, like I dibble dabble, I move in and out of alignment because none of us are here to be perfect. So it means we're going to get the opportunity to be forgetting and remembering ourselves and our joy all of the time. But for me, when I feel into true success, it means that I'm honoring myself, that I'm making my vibrancy, my light, my energy a priority in my life, that I'm able to honor the gifts and the blessings around me, my family, our Lily, my husband, friends, community, like all of it, and really enjoy the magic of the abundance that is here now. And also be using my mind as a magical wand to focus on what I want instead of what I don't want, which can sometimes be tricky, and really call in magical opportunities and co-creations and collaborations and like inspiration, and truly light up the world from the inside out, but not from a place of pushing or forcing, like actually by just being in my natural gifts and sharing my wisdom. And I feel like I'm really doing this, and I celebrate it because this did not come easy. I spent a lot of years in discordance with myself and what I'm here to do. But that when I chose sobriety and I chose to really honor how I felt, that is when I started to live in alignment with my true joy. And I just keep, evolving and evolving and growing and aligning and learning and aligning and falling out of alignment and coming back in, and using the joy method as this magical tool that's really practical to help me to feel better and experience sturdiness when things do not feel okay around me, and to be able to honor the feelings when I don't want to feel them, because I know that joy lives beyond that. We can't experience joy and not experience the rest of those feelings. So the opportunity to wake up every morning and decide how I want to feel and carve a path for myself for joy and peace and love, and be used as an instrument of joy and peace and love, is like the greatest gift in the world to me. I am so fortunate. I am so abundant. None of this is lost on me. And I know that I'm here to experience these things, to teach others the new era of embodiment, and like that how you feel will bring so much more toward you than what you're doing, that the being is really the secret. And I'm practicing this too. Like, I'm not a pro. Don't get me wrong. I'm not acting all pro about this, but it is my work. And it's also my practice. And I'm really excited to practice alongside others. So there's a few things that I know that joy and that our dreams require. And so I do want to share those things. I want to share them. There's 6 key things that our dreams really need from us, but there's so many more. And I could spend, again, days, months writing a whole program on this, but I just wanted to share this. And then I wanted to invite you into an opportunity if it feels aligned and supportive for you that I've created for myself and others who want to dream together. So the first thing is sacred space and daily practice. And to me, this is like creating your own sacred container. It's non-negotiable. It's a place for you to come back to yourself every day, whether this is joy journaling or meditating or moving, like, or just sitting quietly with a cup of tea. It's going to look different for all of us, but it's so important to set aside this time and meet yourself before you meet the world so that you can hear the whispers of your heart. So that's number one, is sacred space and a daily, and I call it a daily joy ritual. It's getting up, it's tending to myself, my spirit before jumping on the phone and scrolling or looking at email, which will then dive me into work. It's like, actually, I'll go take my coffee, my daily joy journal, and sit and write. And depending on which one I'm using, it's 5 minutes. And then also like a 5 to 10 minute meditation. And then also I've been doing my sun salutations, which feels really good to just move the body in a very easeful way. But what is that for you? Carving out space for yourself and your joy to honor your heart and your dreams. Next is supportive community. Now, this looks like a variety of things. Today on the call, I was sharing how it's really around being discerning around who you're sharing your dreams with. Your dreams, your heart, your energy, literally. Like, we need to discern who we're around because we get to choose like who we share that energy with. And if you're around people who bring you down or who don't support you or are in the lower level vibrations, it doesn't mean we don't impact these people, but it's like having boundaries around who you're going to share this with. So I would just say call in, the friends, the family, the people who really get you, and the people who are also dreaming in big things or just dreaming in general, the people who are truly supportive of your dreams, your light, your abundance. And this is really important. We were never meant to do this alone. The right people, the ones who see your heart, your potential, and hold you through the dips and celebrate you in the wins. These are your people. Hold them tight, call them in if you don't have them. And I'm creating this situation. Just stay with me and I'll share more about it at the end. The other thing I do deeply believe our dreams require is accountability for ourselves. And while I don't think everything happens for us, I think a lot of shit happens that we would never choose ever. But there is the empowerment piece of how do I want to respond to this? And then it's choosing how you move forward. And so accountably showing up for yourself each and every day, using your mind as a magic wand, honoring your feelings. I just feel like it's the joy method, practicing gratitude, being blessing focused, finding evidence of awesome, setting powerful intentions, and trusting that it's all unfolding for you, actually. Those things are really important, as well as sacred self-discipline. This is what I call our ability to move ourselves through the discomfort of the things we don't want to do that are good for us, like a daily joy ritual, for instance. And the next one is emotional and energetic alignment. So aligning with the highest vibrations, releasing the resistance to what is no longer working, being willing to regulate your nervous system. We use these big words. The truth is, like 5 sun salutations brings me back home to myself. Sitting down and joy journaling, being calm and in the moment and quiet and coming back home to myself, that regulates me. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't need to take courses. Like, you have these things available to you. Meditation, awesome at regulating the nervous system. There's free ways to do all of this, and it is available to us, but it requires us to say yes and to commit to it. But ultimately, like choosing our thoughts, our actions, our behaviors, the people that we're around and surrounding ourselves with, being in environments that support us and our vibration. These things are really healthy and helpful to aligning with your dreams. And notice how I didn't say like making your dreams happen, because there's a lot less force involved than we even know. It's actually what's more important than what you're doing to make your dreams happen is how you're feeling. And so it's making how you feel your number one job, making your joy, your alignment, your peace, your number one job. And this is how we do this. The next thing that our dreams require is inspired action. And, I'm not saying to do more. Inspired action doesn't mean physical action. Sometimes it means no action, actually. So, it's being able to listen to the intuitive nudges, saying yes before our brain talks us out of it, being courageous about moving through the discomfort, handling the things that need us to handle them, not putting them off, because that's just stealing energy. We need to clean up the energy as quick as possible, have the conversations, send the emails, launch the program, make the call. You get me? Like, do what you got to do because we're badass joy warriors. So we're not sitting around in sludgy energy. We're taking inspired action. We're moving things along. We're creating heaps of positive momentum in our lives. Our dreams love this. Okay. And the last one is celebration. And I feel like, pausing to celebrate. I talk about this all the time. It's built in the joy method into all of the joy journals. All of my programs is around taking that time to really pause and celebrate and look at how far you've come. Look at all the things that are unfolding for you and acknowledging them. This is free energy, man. This is like the easiest way to raise our vibration and meet our dreams even more easily. This is yes, please, more, please energy. Like, yes, please, more, please. I celebrate this. Yes, please, more, please. I am open to receiving. Yes, please, more, please. You getting me? So when I look at this list, one thing really stands out for me. Like, this to me is a bit of a recipe, and there's a lot of things I didn't put on it. It was kind of just whittling it down to make it simple and palatable, and for us to really realize like what's most important for living in alignment with joy, unfolding our dreams with ease, like having friggin' fun. Cause guys, this was meant to be fun. I know there's a lot of not fun things. I know that there's a lot of stuff. Like I know there's a lot of realness, a lot of humanness, and there's this potential of honoring that bringing in light, inviting in light where we can is really powerful. Laughter is fucking spiritual. Like, I know this to be true. Do you know this to be true? Where can we invite in the lightness and the fun and the flow? It allows for more flow. So it's really hard, I would say, also to do this by yourself. And so here's what I've created, and I'm excited to share it with you. It's the Joy Nest. We're starting together in October. It's been on my heart since 2019. This is a soft and nourishing space to land and dream and align with joy, with community, with accountability, with alignment, supporting you in taking inspired action and honoring yourself and honoring your joy and honoring your dreams. So we're going to do this together. It's the space where you stop just dreaming and start living in alignment with your dreams, your joy, and everything that you most desire. If you've been feeling the nudge to maybe be a part of a community that's doing things like this, I would encourage you to have a look. Check out the Academy of Joyful Living and the Joy Nest. There's a link in the show notes. And the bottom line is that your joy is actually your success, and your dreams are on their way. All that is required is for us to raise our vibration, honor our feelings, and use our focus as a magic wand and feel better, essentially. Your dreams require you to feel better. And how are you going to do that? This is the opportunity. There are so many elements in the Joy Nest that I'm excited to share, but I'll just leave it here for now. Regardless, let me know, reach out, let me know, share in the comments. Was this helpful? Was it helpful to think about like, what do your dreams require? And the other piece that I would invite in as we wrap up is I can tell you what I think they require, but like, what are your dreams telling you that they require? What do you require to feel your best in this lifetime? What do you require in order to raise your vibration so that the things you desire can unfold for you with ease? What do you require to trust more? What do you require? Like what are your dreams asking of you? What are your dreams asking of you? Sit with it. Let me know what comes up for you. I friggin' love hearing from you. I just really enjoy these short little snippets. Typically, like when we started out, I was having guests on. Through the move and the contrast of everything and then getting into this new home, there's been less time and energy for recording, but I've loved that I've still been showing up. Thank you to Kelly, my podcast producer, for really encouraging me to keep showing up and giving me these tips to just like share from my heart on these little bits and know and trust that like this is maybe exactly what you needed to hear. And if that's the case, I love hearing that from you. So have the best day, the best week. Here is to dreaming your ass off. Okay. And yeah, I'm just like, really excited to do this work together. I'm really excited to do this work together side by side, raising the vibration, lighting up the world from the inside out, because joy is an inside job. Thanks so much and see you again soon. Mwah.